have with me Shilpa Sharma, one of the veterans in the creative and cultural industries in the country. Besides being the lady behind the success of Jaipur.com, she also has many other interests, chiefly in curated craft travels and food. And Shilpa, you've been associated with the CLLB and now CCBA program for 4 years now. What keeps you still so excited with it?
Well, firstly, thank you so much for having me here and to talk about my journey with CLLB and now CCBA. There's so much creative work happening in the country. The bright young minds are so full of ideas, design concepts. I think the program offers them a great opportunity to be able to fine-tune and nurture an idea into a tangible business proposition. I mean, what I've seen of some really, really bright young entrepreneurs in the course of the program leaves me to believe that sometimes it's just a very little hand-holding and nurturing and cross-pollination of ideas and thoughts and approaches to running a business, which can really help somebody take a business to completely another level. Aside from getting to meet with the youngsters, I think it's a great opportunity for us to take a step back from our own business and look at it from their lens through classroom interactions and through what we see of their approach to their business. Aside from the fact that one gets to interact with really bright minds, I think what is important is to see how they approach challenges in their business, how open they are to feedback, to positive, to being challenged and to be pushed into taking a stance, to be pushed into pushing their own boundaries. I think it's great. I think it's a great opportunity. I mean, if 15 years ago, I think back when I chose to be an entrepreneur 8 years ago, a lot of the questions that came to my mind were left unanswered, and I think I had to go through my own journey of learning through some mistakes and some rather expensive mistakes. But here is a forum which actually allows you to get the industry to comment on and to critique your concepts and help you take them to fruition. I think that's what's really, really interesting. What I have noticed through the last 4 years of engagement with IIM Ahmedabad in this program is that a lot of these young entrepreneurs have actually made very, very successful and tangible businesses out of what they started with. And that's very encouraging. And I think at some point in time we will share some of their experiences in their own words for the benefit of our audiences. That will be good.
So, why do you think, what is in it for the entrepreneurs? Why should an accelerator, why is an accelerator needed?
An entrepreneur's journey can be long and arduous and extremely frustrating.
And lonely.
And lonely, yes, very lonely. And an accelerator has or is and the kind of format that we're working with over here is actually builds a whole sense of camaraderie between the participants, and that eggs them on. Each one of them is egging the other on to be able to share their ideas, to be able to talk about their challenges, their frustrations, their disappointments. And in some way, I think the accelerator just accelerates the learning and the outcomes far faster than they otherwise would be able to manage on their own. Promises to be expensive.
That's entirely true, Shilpa. For me, the exciting part is that there is so much of creative talent out there in this particular generation, which is creatively well educated. They've traveled the world. They understand the modern consumer very well, and they have a very good feeling for the human craftsmen behind what they are creating. And
they also have the empathy.
Yes, they have the empathy.
Yeah.
So, given a right balance of academic churning and big pushback on their concepts, challenging them, and we've not been shy in our comments, sometimes brutal with the critics. I think this combination of these two, and as you said, the camaraderie and the collaborative effort that comes together, uh, really makes it work.
It does. And look, what we built with Jaipur.com today is actually a representation of a whole of young minds and design ideas that have made their way onto the platform, and actually encourage a lot of old school to start rethinking their own approach to businesses, which is refreshing and very, very encouraging, I think, for this lot. Yes.
Thank you, Shilpa.
Thank you for having me.